Foundation is a hot mess. Que also, my apologies. It'll be better in the next video. This foundation's way too light. What's up, you guys? You're watching Sergio's Secret. Sorry about my foundation. It definitely looked better in the yellow lighting, but with this lighting, it definitely looks like I'm a clown or like Casper the Ghost with a little bit of red. But without further ado, today's video is going to be 12 tips. I was gonna do 10, but I don't have two other fingers. Today's gonna be 12 tips to shop the designer sale in 2023. Now, I have done these videos in the past, but I think I really wanna emphasize and make this one just because it's new, it's more updated, and there are more information. I will leave the ones that I've done in the past linked down for your convenience. But I think this is a really great list to shop this designer sale season just because this sales season, first of all, has started way earlier than anticipated, and these markdowns are unbelievable. I think this is a reflection of the economy, so a lot of these items are doing super well. And so I think because of the economy, a lot of these prices are super well. So if you had your eye on something, I think this is the season to buy things. And this will also work. All these tips and tricks will work even 5 years from now. They may be modified a little bit, but I'm talking too much. Let's go and get started with the 12 shopping hacks to shop this designer sale season. And I'm gonna scoot to the side just so you guys can see if I have to show anything. So my first tip and trick is go with the plan and somewhat think of what you want. So I would say go in, you know, evaluate your wardrobe. See, maybe this season I want to buy a pair of shoes for the summer. Maybe I want to buy 2 cashmere sweaters. I want to buy, you know, XYZ, 2 pairs of denim. So go in with a plan, see what you want, and then go from there. I really wouldn't go too far off. I think within the last 2 to 3 sale seasons, I think I've been a lot more better of what I want in the sale season. So for me, this sale season, I definitely want another pair of sneakers, maybe another designer handbag, and potentially some tops. Some designer tops, like kind of like this Burberry one that's nice and silky for the summertime, and that's what I'm really sticking to, and some few sunglasses. But go in and stick with the somewhat plan. Make it bendable, but not super bendable. Tip number 2 is don't get stuck in the hype just because something is on sale, or just because something is 70% off, 80% off, 50% off, and it's your size, or you feel like you need it. I feel like I definitely have learned this lesson in the past where I go in and I buy things, or an essay shows me things, and I don't know, I feel like I have to buy it right then and there. I think I've been a lot more wiser with my purchases, and so therefore I would you know, make sure to make sure that you're going to use whatever you buy if it is outside of your list, because I have definitely had quite one too many sales in my closet where it's like things that are brand new, worn one time, and they're forever to be seen in my closet. So don't get stuck in the hype. Make sure it's something that you will use, and it will be used for that season, whatever season that is, or it will be a nice rotation item throughout the year. Tip number 3, as department stores or websites and actual boutiques have their sales in the full price sector, right now is a really good time to check the outlets. And let me tell you why. So after, let's say, Bloomingdale's, Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom are done with their sales, or let's say the Valentino boutique, the Bottega Veneta like boutique, and all those boutiques, they're done with their sales, what are they going to do to that merchandise? They're going to send it to their off price. So right now, the off price are definitely trying to get rid of an extra merchandise because they are anticipating to get whatever doesn't sell in the regular full price stores to be sent to the outlet. So right now, if you love ready to wear, I think this is a phenomenal time to go to the outlets like the Bottega Veneta outlet, the Gucci outlet, the Saint Laurent outlet, to get really great deals on items that are typically not super marked down, but maybe have an additional markdown just because they have to make room for the new merchandise that's going to come for whatever didn't sell full price, or like full price sale from the boutique. So right now, outlet time from, I would say, from mid-May to like 4th of July weekend, I think is a perfect time to visit your outlets. So I will definitely be hitting up the San Marcos outlets, which is here in Texas, very soon, just because, like I said, they want to clear out some stuff, so they have new merchandise that are going to come in from the past seasons and from the full price section. Usually department stores or boutiques have 3 markdown segments. So markdown number 1 is usually anywhere from 20 to 40% off. I'm going to talk mostly about department stores. It usually depends the brand, or if it's men's or women's or children's. It's going to depend, but usually first markdown is anywhere from 20 to 40, depending how prestige the brand is. Markdown number 2 is going to be more 50 to 60. This is going to be the second markdown, so the things that were maybe 30 do turn into, you know, 50. The things that were 40 turn into 60% off, and then the third markdown, usually like the final items before they get sent off, are going to be 60 to 80% off. So this is like the last call sale at Neiman Marcus, which happens, this one will happen around like mid-July. I remember last call sale here in Houston, I scored a beautiful Kate top that was $1,000 for $250. I scored some Kate jeans for I think like $130 from $440. So I definitely took advantage of that last call sale. But I usually but yeah, those are usually the patterns are. So just so you kind of know, it usually goes into 3 increments. First markdown, second markdown, third markdown, and every markdown is very different depending on the brand. So Louis Vuitton may break on a different date from Jimmy Choo, and Jimmy Choo's breakdown may be from Chanel's footwear section. So every markdown is different. They all don't happen all at once, because every brand likes to do their markdown across the board. So Jimmy Choo's having a markdown, they want to make sure that Jimmy Choo does it, and then Bloomingdale's, Neiman, Saks, Nordstrom, they all do it around this. They break at the same time, not at different segments. And this goes for like Net-a-Porter and other online websites like Farfetch. Normally that is a rule of thumb. Number 5, and this is going to be a really great tip that I feel like I have not shared in the past. I'll say follow IG accounts and TikTok accounts. And a lot of sales associates are implementing social media to create a client book. So for example, there are a few brands that are excluded from being posted online, like Chanel shoes, Christian Louboutin in the past. I know this year it's been a little bit more online, but there are a few brands that are reserved, or certain shoes that are only in store. And the way I suggest you can go on Instagram. I think Instagram's a really great to implement it, but I think TikTok is really great. So this is where I would use the in cap. So right now I would put in Saks Fifth Avenue, and there are a bunch of Saks Fifth Avenue employees showing their sales things, the things that they got brand new. I would follow them on TikTok, maybe follow them on Instagram if it's in their bio. Same for Nordstrom, Neiman's, or even like Valentino. I'm pretty sure there's sales associates from across these different brands and department stores, and I would suggest following them, and because they'll post things before things even go live. So I saw a lot of sales associate post a lot of Gucci shoes 2-3 days before it went live, and the moment that it went live, most of the product was already gone, because they had already posted on social media, or they had already reached out to their existing clients. So I think following sales associates online is a really great tip and trick, and they'll also help you get full price items. They'll probably, if you buy like a perfume, they'll probably go the extra mile and wrap it for you, versus, you know, if you buy things at Nordstrom, sometimes it's just put in a box and with the item, and you know, here we go, I have a deodorant stick right here. But you know, they may take an extra time to write a card. It's more meaningful, you have more of that human interaction. So I definitely feel like having a definitely following some essays from your favorite stores different, especially let's say if you meet an essay that's from California but you live in, I don't know, Michigan, and to say, oh my god, I'm shipping to something for my client from Michigan, and they feel special. That's my Michigan client. I love Carla from Michigan. Oh, she's hitting me up. Oh, she loved the note that I wrote. So it adds a little bit of finishing touch. But I will say follow IG and TikTok accounts, and I will promise you it will make such a world of a difference, guys. Number 6 is usually for ready to wear. I would wait till markdown 2 or 3. Clothing is a little bit more of a harder sell, especially in designer. So I would definitely wait till markdown 2 or 3 for clothing. I never buy clothes first markdown unless it's something super classic that I feel like will never go out of my wardrobe. For example, this Burberry silk top, this was purchased on markdown 3. I believe it was 70% off, and I wear it and use it all the time. It's a super classic color block shirt. So I would definitely wait for markdown 2 or 3 for clothing. And for shoes and handbags or accessories, I would definitely do more 2-in-1 depending on the brand. For Christian Louboutin shoes, I would definitely buy it first markdown, versus maybe if it's Chloe shoes, I'll probably maybe wait the second markdown. It just depends the popularity of the brand and what people are looking for and how funky the shoe is or how funky the accessory is. But normally on the very hot brands, definitely go for markdown number 1. But if it's definitely like maybe like Chloe or like a quirky Christian Louboutin bag or quirky Versace bag, I could definitely wait for markdown number 2. I think it most likely will be there. And also you can also let your SA know, oh, if this happens to be on markdown 2, let me know, and they'll think of you whenever they also know when the markdowns are going to happen a few days beforehand, and they'll be like, oh my god, Carla wants this bag. I remember she told me if it gets to markdown 2, let me go ahead and text her. So they'll definitely think about you. But I would say hot items 1, I say ready to wear regardless of the brand. Unless it's a very special item, I would say always wait for markdown 2 or even 3. A lot of people don't really buy a lot of ready to wear all the way to markdown 3. Tip number 7, like I said in the beginning of the video, the economy is not doing so well, so a lot of these brands or brands that normally don't have a lot of SKUs on sale are having big major sales. Like this is the first time where I've seen so many items, so many brands, and even behind the scenes where I get to see a lot of things, even like a lot of employee sales and like on classic and current items, they're doing like major crazy sales. So this year will be a good one, especially if you shop at the outlet. So I would say this Infinity and beyond, definitely go all out if you have the means to. And like I said, stick to your list. But I would say this is going to be a phenomenal sale season, I will tell you that. Tip, which is tip number 8, is check online periodically, put a bookmark on it, or maybe save it, because a lot of the time, especially in first markdown, things get returned, and so by the time things get returned, it may have already been on the second markdown or the third markdown. So check more than once. Just because it's sold out doesn't mean you won't get your hands on it. Maybe somebody bought a Valentino dress or some Valentino shoes and they just happen not to be the perfect fit, or they change their mind, or whatever reason it is, because normally a lot of brands, they do returns, especially on the first to the second markdown. I would check more than once, keep refreshing it maybe every 12 hours to see maybe if the item pops up, especially in clothing and shoes, because things get returned throughout the sale. So just because it's sold out, don't give your hopes up, because it could potentially come back in stocks. Number 9 is going to be always pay with a credit card. Now that being said, that things do get returned, my next tip and trick is going to be, as somebody who worked in luxury department stores and boutiques and have seen a lot of stories here around, sometimes when it's sale season or when you buy things that are like one of, sometimes quality control online, you know, it may be like, I don't know, a Rick Owens sweater, and they may take the Rick Owens like tag and put it like on an H&M sweater that looks kind of similar and ship it off, and quality control, the person may not know what it is and they return it. So you may get like a Rick Owens tag sweater that's not actually Rick Owens, that's from H&M, because you look on the inside garment tag, you know what I mean? So I know some department stores are not really good about that, and so I'll definitely pay with a credit card just in case if any transactions happen falsely that's out of your control and the department stores or the boutiques refuse to help you out. I think that this is a really great time to use your credit card, because I've heard many stories, and even myself, I have like a video from like 2 years ago where I ordered a Gucci handbag from a department store, and I got it, and I got the bag, but it ended up being a replica. And good thing for me, I had a good relationship, it was easy for me to return. But I remember when I worked at department stores, I would give people such a hard time returning, you know, people return a fake Valentino Roman stud, and I'd be like, this is fake, and be like, well, this is what they got, until it happened to me, and I was like, oh my god, these things actually happen to people, because it literally happened to me. So I would say this is a season to definitely pay with credit card. 11, this is kind of a no-brainer, but I want to say it. Also check foreign websites, like Australian websites, or like if you like, I would check like Harrods, like from Australia. I would check maybe like Selfridges in the UK. I would check all these foreign websites, just because the conversion rate and the way you get it shipped and the price and everything may be even a lot lower than the States. I believe if it's under $800, it's duty free if you get it shipped here to the States. But check foreign websites. Not all foreign websites are replicas or fakes. There's not like Harrods, like Harvey Nichols, like all those stores, you know, they're legit department stores, Liberty London. So always check different websites, especially if you're looking for a specific item. Even if it's current season, you may even save like $200-300, but hey, that's $200-300 that you didn't have in your pocket. So I would always check, even during if or out off season. I would say this is a really good tip and trick. Number 11 is going to say, be nice to your SA. Be nice, because you never know what they'll have in store for you. When I was an SA, I would always go above and beyond for the people that showed me love. It doesn't mean you have to like kiss me and be on your knees. I'm not saying that, but being really nice, being really thankful, you know, thank you so much for these shoes that you sold me. I just wore them for brunch, and you take a picture. Thank you, I love them so much. And you know, next time when they get maybe a Saint Laurent handbag sale, and you know, maybe they get some that are 60% off, instead of posting them, let's say, online or showing them to other clients, they'll even think about you. It doesn't even matter about your purchase history. For me, it was more about relationship. And I would go be like, oh my god, I remember she just sent me this picture like 2 weeks ago. I love it. I connect the face with the product. I'm gonna send her these pictures before I even post them online or show them to all my other customers. So always be nice, always be grateful, and always be super sweet. Even if you don't even buy a lot, they will prioritize the people that treat them well or that go a little bit more above and beyond. Doesn't mean going on your knees and be like, oh my god, please, I want to sell Saint Laurent bag. That doesn't mean that, but you know, just being very courteous definitely goes a long way. Mannerism is, or I don't even think that's a real word, but having good manners, courtesy, I think something that we lack nowadays, and I think a lot of people definitely do appreciate that. The last tip and trick that I will do that has helped me a lot is go shopping by yourself. I do not like to go shopping during sale season or look at racks of clothing. Last time when I was in Dallas, I was at last call. I don't like people rushing me, or feel like I'm getting rushed, and I feel like I'm buying things that I really don't want, things that I really don't need. My last tip and trick is to always go by yourself. Eat, so you know how it feels like with the food in your system. Eat and go shopping by yourself during sale season, or with one of your friends that really likes to shop. I wouldn't bring somebody that's not into it, especially if you're doing a little marathon, like say at the outlets. Just go by yourself, or bring one other friend that will last the entire day with you. Just because I feel like you get to have more of a rational thinking versus, you know, you're with somebody, they're like, come on, let's go ahead and go, come on, get them or not, just get them and go. And then you make a purchase that's final sale, now you're stuck with them. You know what I mean? And if you want second or third opinions, you can, what I usually do is I take pictures of everything, and then I send them to like 10 different friends from 10 different friend groups, or like different friends, and I ask for their opinion. I'll be like, you know what, put this on hold, be back in 30 minutes, I'll tell you if I want it or not, or multiple items. That's what I did with like the last Neiman Marcus shirt on 5 things, and out of the 5 things, those are the 2 key things that I got, because those are the ones that everybody said, oh, you need. So yeah, guys, those are gonna be my tips and tricks, my top 12 to shop this designer sale season 2023 for the spring and summer, but also for the fall and winter will be perfect. Let me know if you want me to do a tips and tricks to save money at the outlets. I would definitely love to do that for you guys. Let me know what you guys think of this video. I love each and every single one of you, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And all questions, you can leave them down below in the comment section, and either me or maybe one of my other fellow subscribers will be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Sorry for looking like Casper the Ghost, but los miros en la próxima video. Bye guys, and take care.